Good evening, everyone. So glad you've joined us for our professional series with Rodan Fields. This is the third in a three-part series, and it has just been a delightful experience for me. I've spent today, February 21st, interviewing some of the most inspiring, motivated, purposeful women I've ever met. If you've been on with us a little early, Cassie and I have been kind of bantering back and forth. And actually, Cassie, let's do a quick sound check.
Can you hear me okay?
You sound great. You sound great. Cassie and I are definitely an example of this company where you become friends with the most amazing people that you never knew were going to come into your life. So I didn't know Cassie prior to Rodan Fields, and now she's like a sister, and I get all of, carte blanche at the lake house in Maple Lake, don't I? I get carte blanche. So we're going to hear a little bit more from Cassie in just a minute. We're just going to do some storytelling, and the story really begins with these two amazing doctors. You may know them as the creators of Proactive. More than likely, hearing more and more that they are also the founders and creators of Rodan Fields. Their inspiration is about partnership, is about making a difference, is about innovating, and empowering others. Those are the big, big themes in their lives. They've inspired me in so many ways. I discovered the company in the fall of 2009. I was flying high in my high-tech marketing career at the top of my game. Actually, our company was on the verge of possibly getting bought by a big, big company, big search engine company. And so we were all working our tails off in this effort to get this company bought. The company, Rodan Fields, just comes in out of the periphery and met a need that I didn't know I could articulate. And that need was to have more flexibility in my life, a little more time freedom to be with my young children. And, frankly, I needed a little extra income as well. We just seemed to be getting by and doing well, but we were waiting on this other big payout for the software company that, in all honesty, never came. I jumped in, fell in love with the business model, fell in love with this whole community commerce, emphasis on community and commerce. And before you know it, in about 2 months, I was paying the mortgage. And at that point, I was like, I know a lot of people that would love to pay their mortgage. And another 12 months after that, I was able to quit my day job. Something I never thought I would step away from corporate America. When we have new consultants join our team, we ask them to dig deep. That's one of the first exercises that we do. We ask them to dig deep in their own personal reason why they're doing the business. And as I peeled back my own layers, it actually took me back to a moment of time in the early 70s. My father passed away, leukemia, very suddenly, within about 6 months of diagnosis, and left my mother with a staggering amount of medical bills. Now, I was 8 years old and was old enough to understand that this was devastating, that she had to kind of rebuild her credit, her financial future, her identity, and then had to keep these two young kids secure at the same time. And my mother's option wasn't empowerment. It wasn't a business like this. Her option was to remarry. And fortunately, she married well. But that drives me every single day. And not too many people that I work with have those kind of monumental things happening in their lives, but they have really important things. They want to shore up their children's education. They want to save for retirement. They want to retire a spouse, step back from a full-time job, travel more, adventure, all those things that equal empowerment. And so that's my kind of daily mission, is really to champion the dreams of others. And lo and behold, that's what our company is all about, is empowering entrepreneurs That's why when the doctors first introduced this line, this beautiful skincare line, I'm about to use this as soon as the call's over, my reverse scrub. This amazing line was first introduced in 2002 in high-end retail. We were not built to be a direct selling company necessarily. However, all the market research, all the response from their consumers over these 5 years really led them to a significant conclusion, which is it was their biggest fans, their everyday customers that were going into Nordstrom, Bloomingdale's, Henry Bendel's big department stores to buy the products on a friend's referral. And the light bulb went off. And the doctor said, wait a minute, why don't we let them in? Why don't we create a whole new kind of company, a new brand of social commerce, community commerce company that's going to allow our customers to step in and basically profit share with us. And today, what that's resulted in is individuals like myself and Cassie building skincare businesses, building our communities, building up our families and our financial security for generations. Empowerment translated is really about having options, right? And how you spend your time, having freedom when you want it, not just a 2-week vacation every year, having choices. Choices are so powerful. And that's, what being a Rodan Fields business owner and being the CEO of you is all about. And so today we're going to dive into kind of how that can happen. Is this something you can really do, be successful? Is it worth it? And we'll explore that. Because of this mission to empower the entrepreneur, it has propelled Rodan Fields into the #1 fastest growing skincare brand in the US over the last 5 years. We are currently the #2 prestige skincare brand, only behind Clinique. We have a hashtag that we use in the company called the Road to One. So we never settle for second place. We want to go all the way, and we're excited that you're on with us tonight thinking about what this could possibly mean for you. As a company, though, this road to #1 has much larger ramifications. Yes, we have an amazing skincare line, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. We have a business model that empowers entrepreneurs to set up their own virtual storefront and run their business from their cell phone, easily from the soccer field or, in part-time, spare time hours that you might have. And thirdly, we are all about giving back and all about doing good. We believe that, doing well by doing good. And we have a Prescription for Change Foundation. We gave back together as a group. All of us in Las Vegas raised about $1.3 million in 3 days for this incredible organization that empowers inner city kids who are at a disadvantage, perhaps socioeconomically or even geographically, in very maybe dangerous or violent neighborhoods throughout the country. And we put them in a position to actually mentor others and build homes around the world so that even those that feel like they don't have a lot in this world are actually giving back to others who have even less. And the empowerment that creates is extraordinary. And on that note, I'm excited to have Cassie Stangler share her story. And I'm going to have her elaborate on this a bit, but news has it's just been announced that Cassie is one of, I want to say 20 people in our entire company that has been recognized as a change maker in Rodan Fields. And because of her good works in the Minnesota area, as a teacher, she has this heart of gold, and through Rodan Fields has been able to give back so much of her time, her treasure, and her talent to organizations that matter to her, that she has been selected in one of 20 positions in our company to travel and work with Build On and our corporation kind of as this incredible ambassador. So Cassie, I'm so proud of you. I'm excited for everyone to hear your story, and I hope you'll work in and weave in, how you went from, fifth grade teacher trying to make ends meet to philanthropist in Rodan Fields. So please share your story.
All right. Well, thanks, Bridget. And I'm so excited to be with everybody that's on the webinar tonight. This trip that Bridget just announced means more to me than a lot of the trips I've ever been on, which is saying a lot since I've been to some really fun places. But to have the chance to do this, our company is really about passion and purpose. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. We also talk a lot about kind of a what if. And, in our lives, we have these moments where we stop and we think, what if this happened? What if that happened? And what if we won the lottery? That kind of a thing. And my what if followed this business. And so as you're watching tonight, I want you to think of, what is your what if? What if I could do this for the world, for myself, for my family? What would that be, and what would that look like? Because, that is actually very relevant to what we're doing. So, well, let me back up. So as Bridget said, I was a fifth grade teacher. My husband and I are both educators. We also have 4 kids at the time with 3 teenagers. Our adult son had just moved back home after adulting out in the world because, it's not as easy as it looks. And we had a full house in an overly full schedule. Our teenagers were in a million activities. And I know that many of you on the call understand what that's like, where you're running everywhere. Literally, if I got my kids where they needed to go, made sure that we had toilet paper and I shaved my legs, I was like winning life. That was a great day in my world. So that's the kind of busy that we were. We were also facing kind of a pretty serious problem because those teenagers were getting ready to go to college. And the solution for that was going to be I needed to go back to school and complete my master's degree, which is going to require spending the summer in classes, as well as several thousands of dollars to spend on those classes. So I'm sitting at the computer, and this is in 2011, looking at the classes that I need to take, and really kind of bummed out about the whole thing. As Bridget mentioned, we have a lake place, and I thought we're never going to get out there. And so I just decided to take a little break and jumped over to Facebook, watch some cute cat videos or something. And while I'm, taking my little break, I see these before and after pictures come through my newsfeed, and I had no idea what those people were using, but I knew that I needed it. And that's when I discovered that it was Rodan Fields. And not only was it a solution to my skincare concerns, it was also a potential solution to our financial concerns. I really loved that you could leverage all of the doctor's success, their expertise, their experience, everything that they had already done with launching, a hugely successful global skincare empire, that I could jump into that. And furthermore, that it didn't matter what my education or my economic status or my experience was, that I could just jump in and make this be what I wanted it to be. I knew I had friends looking for skincare, and I thought, okay, I can do this. So I did. I jumped in and I started sharing, and sure enough, my friends, they needed skincare, and I started to bring them on as customers. They were seeing the changes in my skin. I was seeing the changes in their skin. We were having a lot of fun. People started asking me what I was doing, and bit by bit, I started to grow a pretty successful business. So successful, in fact, that the following fall, I did not return to the classroom. I took a year off, a leave of absence, and kind of thinking that I'm going to just see how this goes. I really did love my job. Well, in that year, things changed in my job. And this isn't just an education. I'm sure this happens all over the place, that managerial changes, mission statement, whatever it is that happens, and it changes your position, and it's no longer that fulfilling job that you once had. And so at the end of that year, I officially retired. So that's also when our daughter went off to college, and it wasn't an issue for us. And that was a really wonderful feeling, to be able to feel secure in that we could send her off. We weren't going to saddle her with, a humongous amount of student loans. We weren't going to have to take out a bunch of student loans. Since then, now all of our kids are in college, and we are now went from that full house to an empty nest. And that my whole life was about them. And then it was kind of like, now what? I've got this successful career. We have this financial stability. We've got time freedom. What am I going to do? And that is really when I dug in deeper to that what if. What if I could make a bigger impact to our community? What if I could encourage our team to do the same? And that has become probably the most fulfilling part of this business. Now, that's the most fulfilling part, but the most fun part are all these friends and these wonderful people that I get to meet from, all over. So, yeah, that's kind of how this is kind of shaken out for our family.
Yeah. I love your story, Cassie. I love your story. And I have a couple more questions for you, and I totally want you to chime in. I mean, you and I have been just cruising around the cut. I remember when I first got my Lexus, you were the first one that I ever let eat in my Rodan Fields luxury car. You ate pistachio nuts. I'll never forget. And, this is a woman here who earned a Lexus in about 11 months in our company. That equates to close to a six-figure income. And so for a fifth grade teacher to kind of jump into that kind of income in that period of time, and she's extraordinary. And so are, our entire team and the people that invited you. So I'm so glad you got to hear that story. So for the next couple of minutes, I want to touch on each of these quickly. And here's what I want you guys to do. Jot down some of those, questions. I won't be able to cover everything, but we're here to kind of give you a broad brush, help educate, help you decide, is this something, that I could do? Is this work, can I do it? Is it worth it? But please, I invite you to put that skeptic hat on. My feeling is that this is a company that is full of wildly skeptical, successful people. We all took a close look at this business, and it's why when you see the other side, you kind of flip in and you meet, the rest of the team and work with all of us. You're like, these are some of the smartest, savviest, most professional people I have ever met. And it's because we really did take that close look at the business. We asked smart questions and really decided to make it our own and part of our own personality. But we have this great brand, these phenomenal products, a business model that is unlike anything else available in the market today as far as a small business goes, and the support to really ensure that even the busiest among us can do this in our spare time. So as it relates to the brand, obviously these two doctors, they're a household name. Their new company is about empowering others, and the press agrees with us. We are getting extraordinary press, and not just for the amazing results of our products. I'm holding one of our cool little mini eye creams, or one of my favorites here. I just had a customer in Wyoming call me, a teacher out there call me and order this, loves our microdermabrasion paste, for incredible products, but for the business model too. And we've been featured in Forbes magazine, Fox Business News. I think the editor there, after meeting the doctors, has become a customer, loves us. We've just been given amazing awards. We've been named the top 10 women entrepreneurs. Katie Rodan and Kathy Fields, Dr. Rodan and Dr. Fields have been named the most, in the top 50 list of the wealthiest, most self-made women. But here's the real truth of it. It's not enough that they're self-made. They want me to be self-made. They want Cassie to be self-made. They want whoever partners with them in this business to have that opportunity to be self-made, to call the shots, to have all the choices, to set themselves up, to have the plan B, the nest egg, the retirement plan, the early exit strategy, whatever that means for you. And that's why there is so much buzz. And we'll talk a little bit more about buzz, because there's some buzz breaking just today about the company. We're going to get to that in just a minute. So what if you had the formula for great looking skin? You were able to bring the dermatology office right into the home as a customer, but also help others bring it into the home as a business owner. That is Rodan Fields. Our product line is about, and our philosophy is about multi-med therapy. It's about the right ingredients in the right formulations and dosage and in the right order. taking our skin through a process of exfoliation, of toning, of treatment, and then protection. That's what each of the regimens fundamentally do. Is cleanse and exfoliate that dead skin, prepare with a toner, treat with powerful ingredients that do what they say it's going to do. You're going to see here in just a minute. Cassie, you're looking particularly glowing tonight. What is your regimen of choice?
Oh, Redefine.
Yeah.
I love Redefine. I love the roller. That's my favorite.
Yeah, I have the roller right here, actually. I'm a big fan of the roller. I turned 50 last year, and I very naturally want to keep all these wrinkles at bay, these little expression lines, and I love the roller, and I use it with Reverse and also Redefine, because I grew up in Montana riding horses, and then I moved to Texas and rode horses even more aggressively in these big 100-mile competitions, that I played tennis, and I just did years and years and years of awful, awful things to my skin, like some of these people that you're about to see. So let's take a look at some before and afters. We basically have 4 skincare regimens. We have Reverse for brown spots, uneven skin tone. We have the Soothe regimen for very dry skin, hypersensitive skin. At any given time, 75% of Americans suffer from kind of this condition of that dry, I feel bad for the guy in the photo in the left-hand side. We have an acne line that's for more mature skin. It doesn't mean that teenagers don't use it and see a tremendous success, but it has anti-aging properties in it, okay? And then we have our Redefine line, which is all about anti-aging. But when you think about our company, we are about anti-aging all the way around. When you spend too much time in the sun intentionally, like I did, or accidentally, you're prematurely aging the skin, breaking down collagen and elastin, creating, uneven skin tone freckles that keep light from reflecting off the skin and really showing off your young, luminous glow, the potential for that. If you have sensitive and dry skin, then your skin is already behaving like old skin. It's losing that moisture. And if you have acne with the angry redness and scarring, you're also prematurely aging the skin. So really everything we do is helping people at different stages and conditions look their healthiest. This is our calling card for health and vitality, whether you're rocking the corporate world or just want to look great in your own skin. All right. And then tremendous tools and technology like the roller, very innovative. We're going to talk in a minute about another innovative product that's coming to the market when we talk more about timing. We just launched Lash Boost. Cassie, are you a fan?
Oh my gosh. I want to see if I can even, can you see how long my lashes are?
Oh yeah, girl. Oh yeah. Check that out. Look at us looking at our lashes. Oh, I know.
And I didn't have lashes.
Yeah.
And it took a little longer for me to get results. I would say so, like the 12 weeks was when it went holy moly, so much so that Joe just the other day looked at me, from the side, and he says, they look fake. And I said, nope, all mine, baby.
I can be like our new hashtag, they look fake, but they're real. It's I actually had a young gal over here. She is a branch manager for a bank here in town. And I said the same thing. I go, your lashes are starting to look fake, girl. And she goes, I know, they're real. All right, so Lash Boost, an extraordinary new product. This product hasn't even been on the market 90 days. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about timing and how Lash Boost plays into that. And of course, our markets want younger looking skin, and lashes are a huge component of that. So what if for a moment, let's imagine that wrinkles were serious business? Well, we really don't have to imagine, because they are. Global skincare sales, we're predicting, the market, Euromonitor predicts 131 billion by 2020. It's a big planet out there. We all have skin. We're all aging all the time. And as much as we talk about it in the US, I'm here to say that the US probably isn't one of the biggest consumers of skincare. There are other countries that are coming up very soon on our docket for expansion that have the highest per capita income spending on skincare of any country in the world. But even here in North America, we're seeing a huge trajectory. I know these numbers are maybe kind of small to see, but you can just look at the hockey stick, right? We're just going up and to the right in terms of our potential for growth between 2014 and 2019. And we're just right in the middle of this great trajectory up to 1.3 billion. And Rodan Fields, we mentioned earlier that we're the fastest growing. We're growing at triple digits while our competitors are growing at single digits. And why? Well, because our products do what they say they're going to do. Once our customers start using them, they don't want to stop. You know, they've already cleared out that graveyard of crappy products underneath the sink in the cute little basket, right? If you were all, if we could see you all, I'd ask you to raise your hand if you had one of those, and everybody go, product graveyard. So we get rid of that, so you can store your towels and your curling irons and other important things underneath your sink instead of crappy skincare that didn't live up to its promise. And when our customers start using the products, it's very rare that they discontinue. I have customers. I've now been working with Rodan Fields for 7 years, and I have customers that have been with me that long. So work I did 7 years ago, I'm still getting paid for today. I don't know how many of you can say that. Most of you are probably at work right now working on the paycheck that you're going to get in 2 weeks. I know that was my situation. So this is about grabbing market share. That's really what this is about, where we get to help others along the way. But the fundamental business model is that this 131 billion is a huge market, and just a little teeny tiny bit, just a little bit, probably more math than my calculator can do, means a big, big difference in our lives. All right, so let me press the forward button. All right, Bridget, Cassie, all right, you got me. You know, the products work, the business model, we're going to dive a little bit deeper into, you know, can I be successful at this? All right, already, how do we really grow this business? And Cassie's a great person to jump on and share this with, because she was one of those that did in 6 months, I think what took me about a year to do, which was get to level 5. You did it in record time. And did amazing things. So I want to have you chime in here and kind of share with the group, you know, what that takes, but how we grow this together. It's a simple, duplicatable system. This is not rocket science. You know, the simplicity of just digging into your own heart and, you know, unveiling even to yourself your own motivation and talking about your life's purpose are just things that we're not encouraged to do every day, you know, in our traditional work environment. Just thinking about our networks and how would we want to talk to them? You know, the best advice I ever got in the business, and Cassie, I'll ask you the best advice you ever got, but the best advice I ever got was this extraordinary gentleman by the name of Chris Diaz asked me, Bridget, I want you to make a list of people you want to travel the world with, and you need to give them a call, because that's what you're going to be doing. And he said that to me. I was 2 weeks into the business, and I mean, we started traveling the world with our kids at about year 3, and we're in Australia for a month last year. Cassie and I are going to London, England together in June. I am traveling the world with some of the most amazing people, and many were on my list. So I'm so glad I made that list. I'm so glad that some of you, maybe you weren't on that first list because we've just gotten to know each other, or you're on someone else's list, but you're on that list because there is this opportunity to travel and own these things in your life if you want to. So Cassie, what was the best advice that you got about growing your business?
I think really just the general idea of don't assume what people need or want, or whether or not they might be interested in earning a little side income. I mean, this is a great business model in that we're simply, you know, connecting the brand and the products to people. And you know, who doesn't want to look nicer or have a little extra, you know, bang in the bank? And I think, you know, continually reaching out and finding those people that want to have that. And look at what we get. We get to leverage, you know, everything that the doctors bring to the table, and all we're doing is having more conversations with everybody and reaching out and looking for the people that that want something. And you know, even though this isn't a job in the sense, the traditional sense, which actually makes it great, right? We're not working for anybody else. Could you imagine? I mean, we get to work with these doctors, and who doesn't want to do that? I mean, it really is a treasure, and that's constantly I'm reaching out and looking for someone that wants to take advantage of this opportunity.
Yeah, I totally agree. We're going to talk in a minute about world-class training and tools to build your business, support from a like-minded community who just really want to have fun. We earn product profits, so building a great product business can be very advantageous. I was talking to one of our regional representatives. I know this in my own business, but I was curious kind of company-wide what this number is. And I said, for every customer that a consultant has, what is the average kind of annual put in my pocket, kind of money for connecting these consumers and getting them into the best skin of their lives? Because our consumers they're just happy product takers. They're not in the business with us. So, they're just like, they're buying from Sephora or somewhere online or wherever. They're just buying the skincare they love through Rodan Fields and through this kind of trusted connection. And he said to me, Bridget, it's around $500 a year per customer. So think about, do you know 10 people? What is a $5,000 raise? I mean, what if you just gave yourself a $5,000 raise? What if you doubled that? I gave yourself a $10,000 raise. All of a sudden, I was said a lot of things I would write a check for $10,000 more. So just on the product profits, you can build a really comfortable and exciting and fun business. Then there's the team building part, which I am madly in love with because I want to champion the dreams of others. And that's where some of the wealth building can begin to come into play. And you can do one or the other or both. And that's the beautiful thing, is we have this very diversified kind of compensation in the way that we can build this, and then add on to it bonuses and incentives. And one of the biggest questions is, we're going to talk about it in a minute, well, what kit should I come in on, and how much does it cost to join, and things like that. And we have a bonus. The doctors basically want to pay you back your whole investment up front on top of commissions. They're like, here, come join us in business and take these first couple initial steps with the help with all these tools and your business partner. And oh, by the way, we're going to reimburse you that whole amount. Not once, but twice. All right. So write down fast start bonus in your notes. Okay. Cause you're going to want to grab a hold of that. And then just how we grow this is really, just being the person that we want to be, stepping into our own greatness and having fun and adventure and enjoying our social lives. I just say I live life and business happens is really, how we grow this. And of course, there's a few other steps, and we're here to show you what those look like. So Rodan Fields is here to support your business. Some of the questions, and Cassie, you and I we've both been doing this a long time. We get an array of questions, and sometimes kind of in the form of fear, oh, I'm too busy. I'm too busy for this. And, one of the biggest things I tell people is it's not about adding hours to your day. It's not, you're not doing product fulfillment. There's no inventory. There's no paperwork. We're not a party plan. If you think that you could get a handful of friends onto a fun Zoom call from my living room and, Cassie's living room in our respective homes to just listen in and see if this is for them, that's as hard as it gets, right? That's as busy as you're going to be in Rodan Fields. We're here to help you build all the operational supports. Rodan Fields does all your shipping. On the occasion somebody's got to send something back, swap something out. Rodan Fields does all that for you. Marketing, all this great public relations and press, Rodan Fields does all that for you. So what do? We have a social life. You get your social life back, and you get great support in helping do that from awesome people. And Cassie, I get the busy, I'm kind of too busy and startup cost. Are there some other things that maybe, tend to kind of come up in a circular basis in your business we can help?
I hear I'm not a salesperson.
Oh, yeah.
And that actually was the first thing I thought of, is that I'm not a salesperson. And now I know that's actually to your benefit. You know, we don't want people being salesy. We want people to, you know, we want go-getters that want to connect the brand to interested people. We want people that are out there to really serve others with what this is. And if you are a go-getter, if you know a go-getter, if you're interested in that little side income, this isn't about selling. It is about sharing with, you know, with the people that you know, and finding the ones that are interested. We don't want anybody chasing someone down that isn't interested in taking advantage of this. What we want is people that want to jump in and be a part of this and reap the benefits.
Yeah. We're not in the convincing business, and we don't need to be.
No, true.
We have the story. We have the product in the press. It's all there. It's just, you know, chatting with folks to kind of create the connection. And then once you do that, Rodan Fields has some extraordinary, we're a virtual company. We believe so much in the power of technology, especially as we go global, and not like complicated technology, like push the button and watch a webinar halfway across the world, you know, connect with things that are happening in other places, or, you know, plug into a product launch. We launched Lash Boost basically virtually. I mean, that was what happened. A handful of us were in Vegas, and the whole field was able to watch the launch, and the doctors on the stage and click, you know, buy it now. And a couple days later, their Lash Boost was on their doorstep and ready to try. We're going to team up with the Power Partners. We're going to have you circle back with the person that invited you. They're going to walk you through this very simple system, help you duplicate, earn that bonus back, and then, you know, plug into this great community for training, for support. I mean, some of my favorite stories are, you know, people who live in Florida but have a friend in Seattle, and there's a meeting in Seattle, and so the Florida person invites their Seattle friend, and someone they don't even know helps, you know, talk to that person and share their story and connect. And then the Seattle person joins the Florida person's team, and they're off and running. And that's the power of our community and how this works. All right, so we mentioned earlier about, oh, you know, okay, so yes, there is an upfront investment, and it's a super smart investment. When you jump in on one of the business kits, this one's called the RFX kit, and I call it the No Regrets kit. And it's actually the ultimate sampling kit. We're going to talk about samples here in just a few minutes. So the RFX kit is the ultimate business kit, valued at over $2,000, and has everything you need. I mean, this is the kitchen sink. And what I love is you get 2 of Lash Boost and 2 of the Amp MD, because you're using this in your bathroom, right? You know, it's doing micro exfoliation on your pores. You don't want to carry this around. You don't want to share this in front of a room of people and say, hey, here's my toothbrush. You want to have a second one for demo, and keep one in your own bathroom. So that's why I love the $995 kit. $2,000 in value, includes a regimen of your choice on top of everything you see here. And if you like swag, that's cute little bags. Not that you would just buy the kit to get this bag, but I'm telling you, it's, you know, it'll feel worth it. And then we have the $695 kit, which I call the workhorse. Has about $1,300 in product value. It's not quite as heavy on the sampling. Okay, so you don't see some of the, you know, 20 packets of the cool microderm paste, which will literally turn someone in from a non-believer into a customer overnight. It has 10 mini eye creams, or as I like to call, fun size eye creams. So 10, I see 5 in the picture, so let me just say 5 until I know for sure. Little fun size eye creams, 2-week supply that you can kind of share out to your network, and really everything you need to get started. And then we're going to add on to this here as we talk about timing in just a minute. Cassie, your startup launch photo, I will never forget it. And I didn't even know you back then, but weren't you the one that took your whole kit out and laid it out on your,
I did.
your kitchen floor?
I did. I was so excited. I need to find that picture.
I was a great one. Yeah, I saw it on Facebook. So it's got, if you go way back in your Facebook feed, it's got to be there. And just what a great moment. But either kit, here's what I'm going to tell you. And I want you to circle back with the person that invited you. It's like, okay, which of these kids, here's my objective. Here's what I want to do. It's about the size of your dream. That's the important piece. So identify that first, and then we'll figure the kid out after that. But we're going to share with you an incentive here in the next slide after this that I want to make sure you're cued into, and it expires in a couple hours. So those of you on the East Coast, you got some quick thinking to do here. Okay, so let's talk about timing. And I think that's one of the other big, I don't want to say objections, but it's just one of those things that tends to get in people's way, is kind of that busy, and I just don't have time for this right now. And on two of the earlier calls, and Cassie, you and I are kind of a different animal because we learned about this and we jumped in, but I interviewed two other gals today, and their biggest regret was that they did wait, that they didn't take the time to really look at this and understand how it could change their life. Let's suspend your timing, our audience, let's suspend your timing for just a minute and talk about the timing of the company. So we just launched Lash Boost. We're still in this awesome honeymoon period where the whole world is learning about it. Because it hasn't even been out on the market that long, the press reviews are just starting to come out now. Our teams are seeing great success. Everybody's kind of chatting and buzzing about it. And what a great time to insert yourself as a new business owner on this early kind of proving ground of Lash Boost, but the ability to ride this incredible buzz. We have had tremendous success in the US and Canada. North America is buzzing, and we are by no means, we have a long way to go. We actually believe that this market, we've got to build it 3 more times this size. It has that much more potential. So we think we'll announce sometime this year that we're a $1 billion company, but the US for us is a $3 billion. We have a lot of room to grow in the US. So we're not opening Australia because we're full in the US. We're opening Australia because people in Australia are going, get us this product. It's an English-speaking country. It's part of the British Commonwealth. A perfect kind of segue and next move for our company is to open Australia. The response there has been extraordinary. And what I love is it's the same caliber of individuals, like, smart, savvy, just motivated, moms, dads, career people, teachers, just scientists, just all walks of life, doctors, the whole bit, financial advisors, real estate developers are interested in this business because think back to that slide. They know 131 billion, and they know that they're the gateway to Asia. So Australia, so this whole ready, set, go piece in here is about the fact that we're taking this next big global step. And here's the thing, you don't need to know anybody in Australia for this to be a big deal for your business, okay? It's kind of who you know and who they might know. And here's a great example. I have a lovely gal that I work with in South Dakota. And a couple of years ago, there's this big kind of motorcycle group that kind of comes through, I can't remember the name of it. They come through the Black Hills, and she met this really cool couple from Australia a couple of years ago. Well, they've jumped on board, pre-building their teams, rocking and rolling already in the pre-build in Australia. I know him now, but I didn't know Charlie. So just 1 degree away from me is a power builder, a big real estate developer in Brisbane who's jumping on the business. I know, Cassie, you've got these stories throughout Canada and Australia. So just the launch of this new company is just something really exciting to talk about, and you just never know where your network can take you. And if you do have contacts there, well, then it's just a no-brainer. But, if you're thinking, oh, that's not an important market to me, trust me, it is for someone sitting that you just haven't spoken with yet. The third image is about timing too, because it is no secret, because did you get the little preview in Vegas?
I didn't. No.
Because you didn't stand in line for 3 hours. Yeah, to get a preview. I did.
I was too busy getting my false eyelashes put on because I didn't have eyelashes then.
So what I love is we were in Vegas, and my husband stood in the 2 hour, 3 hour line and then called me right when he got to the front of the line. So I was able to sample the new product. It is coming, sometime in the next couple months, and kind of a Q2-ish type of time frame for us. And here's what we know. Here's what we know. When Dr. Rodan and Dr. Fields introduce something, it's revolutionary. This may look like a simple little tool, but nobody else out there has it. This is a patented tool. We bring patented innovation to the market, just like we did with acute care and the little expression line patches. Lash Boost itself is, in and of itself, and the way it's formulated is a huge innovation. Unlike our competitors who want to change maybe the bottle size and the shape and, bundle it with something, we're about true innovation, and the market looks to us for that. And that our next product is right in that sweet spot of innovation, of changing the game. So I guess my question would be, do you want to jump in 6 months from now after the product's already, been out, or you want to jump in right in between this perfect wave of the excitement of Lash Boost and the ability to build a customer base on that, and then enhance that customer base and enhance their skin, enhance your future with what's coming next. All right. So just suspend your own timing, because I think, I don't know, I can compare it to parenthood. Like, I don't know, is anybody ever really ready for everything that comes along with being a parent? For those of you that are parents, it's about seizing an opportunity in the time that's right for the opportunity. Sometimes things aren't always perfect for us, but the opportunity is perfect as it relates to Rodan Fields. Let's add on one more element of perfect timing. This is a promotion that's, I'm assuming you've already heard about it. Probably the person that's invited you said, you should really look at this cool kind of conversation starter bonus ends tonight at midnight on the East Coast. Those of you on the West Coast, you got a little more time. But the company wants to give you, they're going to ship you 40 of these Give It a Glow kits. Look how beautiful these are, packaged and branded. They've got awesome, our Redefine scrub, our Redefine mask, a night renewing serum, a lip serum, which I just get orders for lip serum all the time, like a nice lip plumping serum, so that 50 people in your network, close friends, people in proximity, somebody you want to drop this in the mail to, can have an overnight experience and really quicken that pace. Remember when I talked about 10 customers would be worth, and then 20. We didn't even talk about 50. I'm going to let you guys do the math on 50, okay? And then you get 10 of the fun size eye creams, all right? And this is going to happen on top of, all right, the kit. So Cassie, let's just help me do a little math here, because I'm bad at math. Let's go back to the $9.95 kit. You're already going to get 20 of these. So that's 20 samples right there, plus 5 mini eye creams, maybe 10, but I'm going to go with 5 because that's what's in the picture. So we're at 25 samples already in the $9.95 kit, and then we're going to have 50 on top of it. So that's kind of 75 opportunities to start a conversation, to share the skincare and really jumpstart your business and grow faster. And that does expire today. And that's why we wanted to do this 3-part series, so that we could really give everyone that opportunity to hear the big story, see if this is a fit for you, and at least take advantage. I've looked at the math. It's about $230 in value just in the 40 of these and the 10 of these, on top of the great value that you're already getting in that in the big kit, as well as the BBL kit. So that's kind of our big pitch, is you've got this great timing window. We'd love for you to take advantage of it. You've got an extraordinary team of people. When we do, I'll close with just this one last thought. When we have corporate meetings all over the country. We actually have a big one in Houston starting on Friday. We have them across Canada and the US. And that's the beautiful thing, is I get to enjoy my beautiful home here in Montana, but I get to build a business all over the place without ever having to travel, and just really, enjoying kind of working around my family and their schedule. And when we do these big meetings and we have individuals that join our team, we do kind of an exit interview. Like, what was it about tonight that really, made you decide that this, tonight was your night? And invariably, it's about community. It's about being a part of something that's maybe bigger than, the things that are going on in our life, the chance to give back. that chance to team up, see what you're made of, see what it'd be like to have a side business, and really work collaboratively with a group of entrepreneurs that believes the same things that you do in helping others and creating economic prosperity, and that want, and value those same things that you do. So that's what we're all about. With that, Cassie, is there anything I left out or forgot? Otherwise, I'm going to kind of do a little bit of prep here so we can go to Q&A. And if I did, you can mention that while we're talking. So I always have to grab this little menu up here. I apologize, you guys. Just sometimes I want to get to the chat. Hold on. Come on. Here we go. Let me see. So do we have questions in chat? No, we don't have any questions in chat. It's kind of a quiet group on the chat tonight, but there is time if you want to do that. I'm going to do a stop share. I'll do a stop share, and then you'll see Cassie and I big on the screen. And if any of our participants have any questions for us, I think we answered a lot of things, but if you want to post something on the chat, I know we can't unmute lines and listen to everyone, but we're here for a few minutes and would love to answer any questions. Anyone? Okay. Well, I'm not going to make them ask questions. I just want to let them know that we're here. So here's my recommendation. Circle back with the person that invited you. Ask them about the conversation starter bonus. Ask them about what kit, ask them what kit they started on, what recommendation they would have for you. And, jump in and join us on the flip side. We have a whole community of Facebook business owners where we collaborate, share best practices, tips, the whole bit. We're going to be busy with Lash Boost with Australia, with a new product launch coming. It's actually featured in the current issue of Cosmopolitan magazine, I just heard, and Dr. Oz and Town and Country. So the beauty press, the word is already leaking out about the new product. So Cassie, you actually once said this. I think it's one of the smartest things I ever heard. And it was early in your business, but do you remember saying, Rodan Fields is going to be a household name. My network's going to hear about it. They may as well hear about it from me. Right?
Get about it from somebody. Might as well be me.
Great.
And now I say that if they're going to hear, and this is actually really an important point for everybody that's sitting and thinking and wondering, because we talk about all the great what ifs, what if the benefits, but what if in a year from now you find out that your sister or your neighbor is buying product from someone else and they could have been buying it from you? Yeah. I don't want that to happen to anybody. You should pick you. That's the key here, because there's a lot of fun what ifs, but that one isn't. You don't want that one to happen.
Yeah. What if my network starts?
What if I say no and someone else don't do that? Yeah. Don't let that happen.
Absolutely. We had a question about how long Lash Boost lasts. Having been a user, my experience is it's packaged for 60 days, but it's lasting closer to 90. But I have to be honest that I just use it on my lashes. I don't know why I'm just resisting using it on my brows, and I know if I did, it would go further. So I'm going to, it's packaged for 60 days, but a lot of us are finding that if we're just using it on our lashes, it's actually going about 90. So you're getting the best, longest, luscious looking lashes of your life for, right around $30 a month, right around $30, $40 a month, which is pretty incredible.
And I did lashes and my eyebrows, and mine was over 90 days as well.
Okay. Yeah. So good question. We're happy to answer those questions. All right. Well, great, everyone. I want to thank you all for being on with us. Cassie, thank you so much. I just love doing these calls. They're so beneficial, not only for our business partners, but for their guests. I know tonight's call was a little bit geared towards the the conversation starter bonus, but know that the value of the kits and just that great sampling kit that you get, the $9.95, is always available from Rodan Fields. So even if you're watching this maybe after this expires, we want to make sure that you got that big picture about the timing. But if tonight's your night, let's make it happen. All right, everybody, thank you so much for being on the call. We appreciate you. I'm going to stop the recording and end the meeting. So